Hi everyone! Welcome back to Love Island the Game Season 2. We are on day 5 and drama is about to kick off. We're gonna play the first episode. I explained last time, but I only played to day 4 when I was originally doing this, what I was doing. If you've been here in the past streams or watched the past streams, then you know why that ticket's there. I don't feel like explaining it. It's there because it's there. Choose company. 2 new arrivals cause a stir in the villa. Welcome back to Love Island. Yesterday, our islanders started the day in style with brunch on the lawn. Let's grab some. I'm famished. Then things got messy in the afternoon's challenge. Your slime is mine. And all this was topped off with some top quality arguing. You don't get to insult me again and then walk off. But that was yesterday's news. After having slept on it, I'm sure our islanders are fine now. Let's change that. Cue the hot new boys. Why is it that some of our islanders don't wait for their alarms? Who honestly chooses to get up before they need to? This morning, it's Princess, who's playing the early bird and enjoying the sunrise. Oh, and what worms we have for her to catch? Is it and oh? Did I say oh and? Look at me. Dyslexic. The cool morning air carries the sound of gentle birdsong. It's already starting off. This place can get so intense. It's great to have a moment to myself. I wonder how Lottie and Priya are feeling after last night. Lottie's just as determined as ever to go for Priya. Maybe today will be a little more chill. Just then, you hear a splashing coming from the pool. What's that sound? Wait, could it be? By the pool, 2 boys sit with their feet in the water. The tall blonde one is dripping wet. I can't believe we're really here. Tell me about it. I can't wait to meet the girls. New boys! None of the other girls are awake yet. I could go down there and say hello to them first. These fucking gym choices. I hate why are these 17 gyms? It'll definitely make an impression. I'll get to know them better. Run down and meet the boys. This is worth looking my best for. I could put on my cutest bikini. I should put on my cutest bikini. I've worn that. I think I've worn that. I've worn that. This is new, and I love it. Is that new too? I hate that one. I'm gonna wear this one. I know they're not gonna make me waste all my fucking gems like this. I hate it here. You stealthily make your way through the dark bedroom. The noise of Noah snoring masks your footsteps. Before anyone else even has time to stir, you're running outside toward the boys. Hey there! Oh, hello. I'm Lucas. New Islander Lucas. 27 from Oxford, physiotherapist, once gave a girl a foot rub on a first date. Hey, I'm Henrik. Look at Henrik. When they first showed up, when I was playing on my own, the first time, I was having a difficult time choosing between Lucas and Henrik because they're both hot. They're both my type. And my type is... I have no type. I just like them. 23 from Isle of Wight? Or is it Wait? Climbing and Wilderness Survival Instructor. Won 2nd place in a Thor look-alike contest. These boys are super cute. Who should I say hello back to? Both. It's great to meet you both. Likewise. Kudos for being down first, but where are the others? Oh, yeah, the other girls? Can wait, I wanted you to myself. I love someone who's direct. To be fair, out of all the girls, you're the most likely to pull a stunt like this. Yeah, like the way you stayed back with the guys during yesterday's challenge. Classic princess. These boys have been watching us on telly. This is perfect chance to quiz them before the other girls come down. I'll probably only have time for a couple. I should think about what questions I ask carefully. What? That sounded weird to y'all too, right? Like that's not just me. Have you seen anything interesting? Who's the public's favorite? How bad are the memes? Who's the public's favorite? You're definitely being noticed. Yeah, you're talked about the most. Let's hope it's in a good way. I bet the girls will be here soon. I could probably ask one more question. How bad are the memes? It's still early days, but I could definitely go for a wheatgrass smoothie right about now. Using the recipe I discovered that one time when I was driving through Croatia, the very same. The boys chuckled to themselves. You guys nailed that Rocco impression. It's not that hard, honestly. Hey, fellas. It was turning to see the girls running down. Good morning, ladies. It's certainly a good one. Have you already been in the pool? I was getting bored of waiting. And it's already so hot out here. That's for sure. Nice of you to not wake us up, princess. The others frown at you. The girls are upset that I didn't wake them up. You all look so cozy. Having a conscience will do that. And they all hate me now. That's hilarious. Maybe I should just start being mean to everyone. Maybe I should just be a bitch. Guess we have to keep our eye on you. You're right. Watch out. It seems you girls were outdone this time. So, what do you boys do? Lucas opens his mouth, but is cut off before he can say anything. How are we coming across to the public? How much can you bench press? The boys' eyes go wide as they look around and try to get a word in. The girls are really going in for these boys. Would it be better to ask them a question now or wait? Who have you got your eye on? Henrik turns to Lucas. I knew they'd be a handful, but this is something else. Lucas gives off a faint smile and goes back to looking at the girls. I'll show you who's a handful. Oh, you're even feistier in person. We've gotten to know you all a bit before coming in. It's been quite exciting. These boys have seen all kinds of things on TV. I wonder what kind of secrets they know. You look around at the other girls. There could be anything going on in here and no one knows about. What have you seen? Oh, all sorts. I'd say some of the sneaky kisses are probably the most entertaining. Lottie shifts her eyes around the group. Sneaky kisses? Who's been doing that? That's not our place to say. That would be kiss and tell by proxy. Why phrase it so weirdly? That's just how I talk. Let's forget it and move on. They don't need to know that I've been fucking around everybody. I agree. But we're coming back to this at some point. You hear one of the girls stifle some nervous laughter, but can't make out who it is. Guys, who do you think is laughing nervously? Who do you think's been getting busy behind our backs, besides me? Will this make the others less trusting of each other? Anyway, what do you guys do? I'm a physiotherapist. Oh, so you spend a lot of time with athletes? What, just make people exercise? Give the best massages? Well, I've had no complaints. But I'm also good at giving people a really good stretch. Perhaps you could show us some exercises later. And I'm a climbing and wilderness survival instructor. That explains the body. Sounds like the worst. Can't be a real job. That explains the body. I'm flirting with everyone here. It just comes naturally. Climbing is all about pulling all your own body weight after all. And spending a lot of time outdoors will always be good for you. What are you interested in? Climbing. Well, yeah. What else? I love anything outdoors. Trekking, camping, water sports, anything like that, really. That sounds so rugged. It's the best kind of life you can lead, I think. I'm not interested in outdoor stuff. Like, the most is, like, maybe a picnic or sitting down. I don't like being outdoors. Moo? Yeah, I mooed. I was trying to see if the thingies were popping up, the chat. Mine didn't, but maybe because you're a moderator, like the moderator chats are popping up, but my specific chats aren't, and I don't know if anybody else's is popping up, who's like just chatting. So we'll see. We'll see if anybody else's message pops up. Lucas clears his throat, bringing the attention back to him. I also like water sports. Of course you like water sports, Lucas. Of course you do. I mostly enjoy a good bit of rowing. Rowing sounds romantic. Oh, it can be. Find the right lake or river? Nothing better. I've done my fair share of competitive rowing against teams of other rowers, but give me a simple 2-person rowboat any day. I'm partial to doing it in Cumbria. On a good day, the views are just breathtaking. I've never met someone who speaks as posh as you do. It's amazing. His face, I can't. Oi, oi! You all turn to see the other boys running out of the villa. Alright, boys? Hey, what's crackin'? All the boys crowd around the newbies, separating the girls from them as they start to chat. The boys are blocking us from talking to Henrik and Lucas. Should I barge through them? I've never barged through them before. Call them out. I'll let them carry on. I don't want them to feel like they're threatened. They need to see these boys as a threat. After some jostling about, the boys move aside, giving the new boys some breathing space. Except Gary, who stays perfectly in between Marisol and Henrik. Hope you didn't mind us butting in. We just wanted to get to know the new guys. The poolside ain't the place to have this conversation. Let's go to the fire pit with there's seats and stuff. You lads are in for a right grilling. Who are these new boys? Henrik and, Lucas. The 2 new hotties that are gonna shake the villa. Get it? No? Oh my days, Bobby. Grilling, because it's a fire pit and you're gonna be asked a bunch of more questions. Well done, Bobby. You know what they say. Jokes are always at their funniest when they need explaining. Aren't they just? Indeed. Have a cookie. Yes! Cookies? I thought we were going to get some barbecue. I could really go for that. Sure, Thor Jr. Let's go get that barbecue. Awesome. The group begins to settle around the fire pit. Hope sits on Noah's lap. Gary positions himself in the middle of Henrik and Lucas. I love Gary. He is so threatened. He's so funny. I love Gary so much. Rocco sits on the outer edge of the group. Babe, come sit next to me. Both Lucas and Henrik look up at you. I'm gonna sit next to Rocco so he doesn't get suspicious. You scooch up against Rocco. He puts his arm around you and pulls you into a cuddle. Gary claps Henrik's leg as if they'd been friends for years. Rocky? Pardon? Yeah. So, I don't think you were here in the last few episodes, but I'm coupled up with Rococo right now because I want to be in the middle of all the drama this season. I want this season to revolve around me. So I'm inserting myself into places I do not need to be inserted in. So in order to get the most drama, like right now, is to be coupled up with Rocky. So lads, the big question. What's your usual type? Straight to the point with you, eh? What can I say? I like to be direct. I like a girl that's outgoing, adventurous, doesn't take herself too seriously. That sounds like Priya? In terms of looks, the last few girls I've dated have been brunette. I just have a thing for dark hair. I also have a real good weakness for good tattoos. Ones that have had a lot of thought put into them. You see Marisol raise an eyebrow and look at Lottie. Fun fact, Lottie is not a natural blonde. She dyes her hair. Like, obviously she dyes her hair because her hair is colored, but she's not a natural blonde. She's a natural brunette. What about you, other guy? Gary. The other boys chuckle amongst themselves. What? I only just met the bloke. It's fine, I quite understand. Besides, I'm like Rumpelstiltskin. If you ever say my name, I'll disappear. Really? No. That's good. The fun's only just beginning. He lets out an awkward laugh while jostling Lucas's side. Lucas just gives off a wisp of a smile in response. But yeah, my type? I guess I'm used to girls who have a more decent taste, who know what they want in life and how to get it. Hope? I like blondes usually, can't lie, and someone who knows how to dress to impress. But I don't stick to some rigid type format usually. Alright, that was an easy question. Who else has one? Oh! Yeah, Bobs? What are your numbers? Ooh, spicy. Why do you need that? Because it's fun. Yeah, what's wrong? Are you a little ashamed? No, I'm a little confused, but fine. It's 0. He's a virgin? 7841. Wait, which one is it? Huh? Mate, are you giving us your phone number? You asked for our numbers. Oh, Henrik, they meant sexual partners. Oh, did they? How could I be so oblivious? Everyone frowns and looks around. Now right here, this scene, I'm with Henrik. Because I'm like, I've never heard people refer to that. Like, people asking like how many sexual partners you've had by like, what are your numbers? I've never heard that used before. So I was also confused, and I was with Henrik. I was like, I get it. I would have said the same thing. I would have been like, I'm not giving you my number. I don't know you. Henrik, it's okay, hun. I thought the same thing. See, look at us. Triplets. Everyone frowns and looks around. It was a joke. He bursts out laughing. The rest of the group join in. Good one, but your delivery Good one, but your delivery was maybe a tad too serious. I missed the sarcasm. Maybe Henrik just has a hard time with tone, like me. A lot of people think I'm being sarcastic when I say stuff, but I'm dead ass. And then when I am being sarcastic, they think I'm being serious. It's hard out here. Sarcasm's hard. You're right, Henrik. Anyway, it's 13 for me. 13 women, that's... I don't know, I forgot what I say. Do I say pretty tame or average? I say pretty tame. It just sort of happens. I never put much thought into it. Fair play. What about you, Lucas? What are your numbers, guys? I'm joking, you do not have to answer that. Mine, though, personally, how many people have I slept with? 4? There you go. A question you didn't need an answer to. It's 4 people. Well, again, I hate to kiss and tell, and this seems a tad vulgar. Tell him he doesn't have to. Should I tell him he doesn't have to, or should I stay quiet and watch? Because do I want Lucas? Lucas doesn't seem to want to tell us his number. I would tell him he doesn't have to, so I'm gonna say it. You don't have to say it if you don't want to, Lucas. He smiles at you. What? Where's the fun in that? Tell us. Gary, calm down. Lucas sighs. Very well. My magic number is 7. 7, that's quite a lot. Buttering him up. Thanks, I thought it was respectable. I'm not the sort of guy who beds everything that walks. He looks over at Gary. So guys, time for the big question. Who do you fancy? Noah, you actually spoke? I do when I have something to say. I get it, Noah. I also don't talk unless I have something to say. I forgot how silky smooth your voice was. Settle down, Bobby. Okay. Anyway, boys, who do you fancy? I'll go first. For me, it's gotta be Princess. You're definitely the type of woman I go for, and I'd love to get to know you better. I'm gonna reassure Rocco. Lucas said he fancies me, though. You slip closer to Rocco and give him a small peck on the cheek. Ouch, tough break, mate. You may find it hard to separate us. We're a tight bunch. That's alright. I like a good challenge. He's over here rubbing his palms together like that one meme of that man and licking his lips. He chuckles and claps Gary hard on the back. Gary doesn't look too happy about it. They are off to a rough start. I'm definitely into Lottie. She's my type all over. Lottie tries to hide a smile. Another brave soul who dares to try to tame the beast. Lottie playfully elbows Bobby in the side. Bobby. What? Just warning the fella what kind of lass he's chosen. Gary seems to sink back into his seat some more. Well, boys, looks like you've got some competition. Are you prepared for it, Rocco? Always. And besides, these guys aren't a real threat. Right then, I guess I should give you a tour of the villa. Wouldn't that be a job for us? Gary looks downcast for a moment. Nah, babe. We should do it as a group. Fine, I suppose we should get started then. That sounds good. Lead on, Gaz. It's Gary. Sure, Gaz. Henrik is cute, and him and Lucas seem the most relatable to me. And Noah, my fave boys. Noah's your fave boy? And Gary and Marisol together? They're not together. They're together, but they're not together. There's issues. There's trouble in paradise. It was juicy last episode. Me and Gary kissed like 3 times. At least twice. Don't you start. Well, that nickname is sticking. And then it doesn't stick. No one ever calls him Gaz. Now tell me why you like Noah. Is it because you don't know anything about Noah yet? Is that why? Is that why? Like I said, I really like Henrik and Lucas, like, together. After Casa Amor, everything just is kind of trash a little bit. While the new boys are shown around a villa they're already familiar with, because, you know, they've been watching it on TV, Princess and Lottie have gone to have a natter on the daybeds. Maybe partially he's cute and he's quiet. All I know. That's all you need to know for right now. I don't want to spoil your hopes and dreams and wishes. I know slaying really isn't a thing anymore, but hot damn, Princess. You'd give Buffy a run for her money with that new outfit. You mean Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Okay, Lottie, thank you. That's well sweet. Thank you, Lottie. But anyway, that was some morning. This morning couldn't have been better, wasn't that interesting. Threw in 2 time bombs. Things are really starting to ramp up now. I still can't believe you ran down without telling us. I'd normally call you out for that, girl. But seeing those guys down there, that was a real test of the girl code. So tell me, babe, how do you feel about Lucas? He said he fancies you after all. How do I feel about Lucas? I gotta let these people know that me and Lucas or me and Henrik aren't happening, so that it's more gut-wrenching to the audience watching at home. I'm not that into him. How is that possible? He's fit. The things I do to him. If only I brought my handcuffs. Ma'am. So what do you think you'll do if he asks you to couple up with him? What should I do if Lucas asked me to couple up with him? I'd consider it. I don't think any girl here could say they wouldn't. I can't believe we've been here less than a week. It seems so much longer. I feel like I've known you guys forever. The 2 of you continue to lounge in the daybed for a while. From the roof terrace, you can hear Gary giving his grand tour. Lottie rolls her eyes and turns to you. Whoa! I just had one of those moments where you remember something completely random. Want to hear it? Sure. So, I was dating this guy, Bruce. Funnily enough, it was in the UK, not Australia. Oh, this is the part. I accidentally spoiled it in the other thing. I thought you got this. I swear you could have gotten this part at the daybeds at night, but I guess it's daybeds in the morning. Anyway, Bruce really thought of himself as this prankster. It should have been some kind of warning sign, I guess. Anyway, so Bruce kept doing annoying pranks on people and filming them. Like, he was trying to become one of those online prank video guys. The more I think about it, the more warnings there were. So at first, he left me out of them. I guess even he had the sense not to mess with me. But the few friends he had were constantly having all sorts of gross stuff done to them. I'm talking cling film over the toilet bowl, salt in the sugar jar, buckets of water left on doors, social media accounts hijacked, fake dating profiles. This guy is a menace and he needs to go to jail. It was like he looked up a list of easy cliche pranks. I kept saying he was dumb for doing it, and then one day I told him what I thought, that it was all super weak. Bruce got all defensive, and I guess it put me in his sights. A couple of weeks later, I come home to find a tarantula in the bathtub. One of Lottie's exes put a tarantula in her bathtub? I can't see that scaring you. It didn't. I was over the moon. It was such a little cutie. I hate spiders. I want all of them dead. Bruce totally thought I'd freak out. But mate, I'm an Aussie. Not only did I see bigger spiders whenever I went outside of Melbourne, I used to keep them as pets. Of course you did, Lottie. Of course you kept them as pets. Even thought it was a gift at first. Wasn't sure why he'd left in the bath, though. So I picked the little fella up and started to look over when Bruce burst in wielding his phone, thinking he's gonna film me freaking out. She's right though, she's used to them being the size of dogs. Weak move, Bruce. I mean, hearing about all her boyfriends, can you really be surprised that he doesn't know much about her? Just looking at her past. Because the guys that she's talking about, they sound like idiots, every single one of them. Well, that made me jump, and I ended up throwing the spider at his face. I've never heard anyone scream like that. The best thing is, he dropped the phone, and it caught the whole thing, and he was live streaming it. That's what he gets. I managed to get the spider off of him before he could hurt it. Bruce was practically sobbing. Now, how did he get that spider in that tub if he didn't even want to touch it? I ended up adopting the spider. His name is Clive, and he's still going strong. Unlike that relationship, which is for the best. Bruce hated Clive. He stopped coming around mine, To this day, I still don't know how he managed to even get him into the bath. That's what I want to know. But anyway, I've been rambling again. I guess I'm missing little Clive right now. Still, maybe he'll get to meet one of the guys in here if I'm lucky. Oh my god, could not be me. If I found out my potential partner had a pet tarantula, I would just stop dating them. I'd be like, I can't do it. I'm not gonna make you choose between me and your pet. I'm just gonna choose for you. This is not gonna work out. Because like obviously you love that pet. That pet's a big part of your life. So I'm not gonna try to come in between that. Hey gals. Your new look is pure class, princess. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby's voice snaps you out of your conversation with Lottie. You look up at him. He's holding 3 steaming mugs. I noticed you weren't with the rest of us and then realized no one had made a brew yet. He holds out the mug. So here you go. Lottie eagerly takes the mug from Bobby. Thanks, Bobby. It's still cool enough out here to drink this. Yeah, though I drink tea when it's hot. I mean, I'm from Glasgow. For me, it's like walking in the sun itself right now. May as well still enjoy a brew. Anyway, here's yours, princess. Why has Bobby made his tea? He's probably seeing how we feel about the new boys. I'm declining the tea. I don't want it. I'm not in the mood for tea this morning, I'm afraid. Not a problem. It's here if you change your mind. He places it down on the headboard of the bed. I guess I better rejoin the Gary tour bus. Aren't you gonna ask us what we're talking about? I assume it's about the new boys, right? What your opinions about them is none of my business. That was a weird way I read that sentence. I'm so sorry about that. And I'm not rereading it. I just wanted to bring you a cup of tea. Enjoy. He heads back inside the villa. Bobby is up to something. When is he not, babe? I'm lucky to be in a couple with him, even if we are just friends. The 2 of you continue to relax and wait for the group to return. Better watch out, Rocco. Lucas has got his eye on Princess. Coming up. Sparks will fly when the new boys get to pick girls they take on a date. My eyes are like skipping stuff. I don't know why. Like, I never used to have this problem. The first girl I'd like to take on a date is... But will Princess get to be an extra lucky lassie? And just what has Bobby got planned? Keep him distracted. I'm going in. Find out next time on Love Island. A date with fate. It's time to get to know the new boys. Who will you be asked on a date? Will you be asked on a date? Not who. Look at me. Dumb. Pure idiocracy over here. Welcome back to Love Island. There are 2 new boys in the villa and just one question on everyone's lips. Does a certain someone like the look of new boy Lucas? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. But what about Princess? Well, we'll soon find out because there are new islanders and that means just one thing. Dates. So that's why I think my hands are so good, basically. Good symmetry, either side of the middle finger, immaculate cuticles, and no conspicuous scars, despite how much time I spend around hot ovens. I should become a hand model. Henrik should become a hand model. Huh? Why? Does he have nice hands too? I don't know. I haven't seen them. But he's just kind of perfect in general. What about you, Princess? Would you choose Henrik or Rocco? I'm not really into the new boys. I'm gonna keep it on the low. Not really about either of them, to be honest. All the more for me. Hey, there are other guys in the villa too, you know. Are there? Like who? Bobby is silent for a moment. Where did the 2 new guys get to anyway? Yeah, they seem to have vanished off somewhere. Intriguing. Guys, I got a text. Right on time. What does it say? Islanders, new boys Lucas and Henrik have each chosen 3 girls to take on dates. The first girls chosen are... Hope's phone beeps. Oh my gosh, it's me. I'm going on a drink. No. Oh my gosh, it's me. I'm going for a drink with Lucas. I fucking swear to God, if I don't fucking read these lines properly. And then, so does yours. Princess, you are going on a date with Henrik. Guys, did you see that coming? Did you see that coming? Because Lucas said that he fancied me, but he picked Hope first. He picked Hope first. And Henrik said he fancied Lottie, and yet he didn't pick her first? Interesting, interesting. Be on the lookout. Keep your eyes open. Yes, let's go get ready. You head up to the dressing room. These fucking outfits. Am I even allowed to buy a new one? Is there anything new to buy? I refuse to buy this. These two are so ugly, and I don't know if they're gonna make me... I'm refusing. They're gonna get this dress. They're getting this dress. I don't give a shit no more. You're just putting the finishing touches to your makeup when Rocco walks in. Alright, I heard you're off for a date with that Henrik bloke. Yeah, they're right. That's right. Not there. How do you feel about it? How do I feel about the date? It's nice to be asked. Of course it is. And just so you know, I'm not salty about him asking you or any of that. The new boys obviously want to get to know the most beautiful girl in the villa. You go have fun. Thanks for saying that. It's all good. Catch you later. The boys are all going to be grafting hard today, aren't they? I don't know if you heard that, my hip cracked. Henrik jumps up to greet you as you arrive at the little table laid out for the date. In the distance, you can make out Hope and Lucas chatting at another table. Hey, thanks so much for coming. Whoa, you look amazing. I've been really looking forward to getting to meet you one-on-one. Why is it so hard for me to read? I don't understand why I'm not able to process words. Wow, you're keen. It's all part of my game plan. I'm gonna be really over the top and flirty with everyone. Like, what if I did this? He does an over the top wink. Then you'd know I wasn't messing around, right? That's how you flirt. It's working, it's not working. Something in your eye? Just the vision of a beautiful woman. Heyo! You still like his song? Do you still like Henrik after that? That's proper flirting right there, you have to admit. Us two new boys, we've gotta bring it. He laughs and settles down. But seriously though, it's weird, right? Us coming in like this? Because we both sort of know all about you guys already. Do you get me? Like, I know your name is Princess, and you're a YouTube social, and on the first day you coupled up with Gary and all this. It's weird, like, being sat here with you because you're already a celebrity to me. Henrik saying I'm already a celebrity to him? Babe, don't I know it? The whole world knows it. Anyway, that's why I'm going off on one. Just nerves. What do people even normally talk about on dates? They ask each other questions and stuff, get to know each other better. Should we go for Henrik or should we go for Lucas? That's what I want to know. Which boy should we try to pursue? I was asking myself the same thing. He's fun and I like fun, but he's leaning more into Bobby territory, more friend material. Why Henrik? Henrik gets better. I like Henrik more than I like Bobby. But that's just because Henrik is like silly in a cute way. So should we go for Henrik? Should we try to woo Henrik? Yeah, alright, let's do that. Ask me some stuff. What do you want to know? You'd be down? Okay. So we're gonna woo Henrik and not woo Lucas. There's a certain way to do this correctly you'll find out in like tomorrow, I guess, when I do the 6th episode. But there's like a trick you have to do. Don't worry about it. We'll get him. We'll get him for sure. I want to know what are you hoping to get out of coming here? Oh, that's a big one. I think mostly I just want to have a laugh and see what happens, if I'm honest. And maybe what happens is a really intensely meaningful relationship. I mean, that would be great. I really want to go on some kind of deep personal journey with another human being. But whatever happens, happens, I reckon. Maybe I just get a great tan. That'd still be worth it. What else do you want to know? I want to know... What do we want to know? Do we want to know about the other islanders or what his favorite food is? I think what his favorite food is like something really stupid. So I'm gonna pick this one. Wait, there are other islanders? Ever since I saw you, I thought you were the only woman in the world. Is that more flirting? Haha, yeah. You know, it's working, like, deep down. But the other islanders... I was worried Gary was gonna be kind of prickly, but now I've met him, I think I'll get him on side. Bobby and Ibrahim both look like the kind of guys I get on super well with. What about the girls? The goyles? I think Priya's cool. Like, she's exactly the kind of person you want to spend all summer hanging out with. And Lottie's got this whole thing going on where she's really mean and tough, but it's actually just because she's got love for her friends. I respect that. Don't know if that's what I want in a partner, but I think it's great. You glance at Lucas and Hope. They're sitting back in their chairs and Hope has her arms folded. I guess at the end of the day, I'm kind of a homebody. Like, you see how they're acting on their date, right? Pay attention to that. Pay attention to how Hope is acting with Lucas, because she's fake as fuck. She's fake as fuck. It's like, yeah, I love to run, I love to do parties, I love to dance, but the best thing of all is to get home afterwards, you know? Log fire, cashmere blanket, 2 cups of cocoa. Henrik's ideal date ends in front of a log fire. Surely that's not what your life is like. Well, you'll have to get to know me better, and you can judge for yourself. You glance over at Lucas and Hope. They're talking with their heads close together, like they don't want anyone to overhear them. You see how lovely they're being together? Suspicious. Suspicious. So I guess I want to know, like, what do you do? Not like what's your job or whatever. I mean, I want to know what you like to do. What's a typical evening for you? On a normal evening, I'm mostly chilling at home. I don't really like going places. I'm not that kind of girl. Nice. Do you like to read? I prefer games. Hey, that's awesome. I know I don't exactly look like the type, but I'm actually super into all that stuff. Games these days are so good. Henrik, what's your favorite game? Is it Legend of Zelda? You look like you would like Legend of Zelda. I know, people think it's just football and zombies, but there's actually so much interesting stuff out there if you look for it. What do you mean, football and zombies? I literally hate sports games. And I hate zombie games too. You'll never catch me playing a sports game or a zombie game. I always have a couple of indie card games in my bag when I'm off on an expedition too. Playing a weird little card game on the side of a mountain after a day's trekking is one of life's greatest pleasures. Oh, now I really want to ask you what games you're into at the moment, but I think we're basically out of time. I went to get a cookie. What did I miss? I thought I heard you say song. Did I? I don't think I do say your name. What kind of cookies did you get though? Because maybe I want a cookie. Tell me what kind of cookie you got, and I'll decide if you have to pay me, the cookie tax. But no, I was just saying, I was reading the dialogue, and me and Henrik are like so vibing right now. We're so vibing. But I think we're basically out of time. He gets up from behind his chair. Let's go. Sure. I hope you have fun. I certainly did. You get up and start to walk back towards the villa. I made my famous chocolate chip cookies last night. Okay. If they're famous, you gotta share. I love chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. Now, if you made like a oatmeal raisin cookie, I'd be like, are you old? Are you elderly? Trying to poison me with your oatmeal raisin cookies? I will only eat an oatmeal raisin cookie if like that's my last resort for like sweets. Like I won't eat it unless it's the last resort. But I love chocolate chip and I love Oreos. Those are the best cookies. I'm glad we're on the same page. Now gimme. I'm holding my hand out to you. Gimme the cookies. It's like that, one of the Gross sisters in Proud Family. As you arrive back at the villa, Bobby comes jogging up to you. Hey, princess. Bobby's looking cheerful. Did I miss anything while I was away? Nah, just a lot of chat about the new boys and who is their type and blah blah blah. I'm working on something else though. What? Pranks! Think about it. 2 of the boys are out in the villa, but others are all restless and in the gym. Half the girls are getting ready for dates, and the other half are already out on dates. It's perfect. Aren't you even a little bit interested in like how the date went or something like that? Here you go, I doubled the recipe so I have plenty. I am actually very jealous. I would actually love chocolate chip cookies. But you know, pimp's gotta try to lose weight. I'm trying to lose weight. Not right now. Time is of the essence, come on. Sure, fine. Oh, we're gonna do this? I don't want to do this prank. I want to do another prank. Bobby leads you into the dressing room, which is deserted. So, what's the prank? Alright, it's not the greatest, but here's my idea. I'm gonna take all of Rocco's clothes, and all of Henrik's clothes, and mix them up. That way, when they get changed later, they'll end up wearing each other's clothes. That's all you got? Bobby's prank idea is a mix-up to him. You know what? You guys read that. You can read. I tried to read. Look, I'm working under a tight time pressure, okay? Sure, it's not my greatest work, but it's gonna get the job done. You don't get golden opportunities for pranks every day. Will you help? Okay, I'll help you. Sure, let's do this. Just then you hear footsteps coming from outside. Hey, has anyone seen my flip-flops? There's no time, princess. Keep him distracted. I'm going in. Bobby flings open Rocco's cupboard and starts bundling his clothes out onto the floor. Right, I'll distract Rocco. Should I snitch? Should I snitch on Bobby? Princess, hey, have you seen my flip-flops? Rocco, hey. I think I saw your flip-flops down by the pool. Bobby wants me to distract you while he does a prank. Nah, I'm not gonna snitch. Not this time. Oh, really? Nice. Thanks, princess. He wanders outside towards the pool. A few minutes later, you hear a sound like a bird coming from upstairs. Hey, princess, I'm all done. Come up here. You head back upstairs. Ta-da! The room looks exactly as it did before. Now we play the waiting game. Just then, your phone beeps. Lucas has invited you on his final date of the day. Oh, a second date? Wait, you've got another date with one of these new guys? Yep, looks like it. Wow, go you! And they're gonna, you see that gym choice? They're gonna make me pay 17 gems for this? I hate it here. This should be illegal. This should be illegal. Do I want to do it? Sure, let's go. This is great. I can't believe I get dates with both of them. Just gonna go check my makeup before I go. You leave Bobby to it. There's a little scene there if you're coupled up with Bobby, but there's no scene because we're not coupled up with Bobby because we don't want Bobby. Lucas is standing by a small table on top of a hill. As you approach, he waves and pulls a chair out for you. You notice Lottie and Henrik sitting at a similar table a little way away. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. This place is amazing, right? It's incredible. It's so good to see a bit of the countryside. There's small moments of silence. Yep, I added a word in there. He's a little bit shy. Bless him. Bless him. So, are you happy I picked you to come on this date? Am I happy Lucas picked me for a date? I'm really happy. I'm really happy. This is exactly where I want right now. Where I want to be right now. Great. He pours champagne into your glass. Why are we drinking champagne? I'm tired of champagne. I want a margarita. It's the summertime. I still can't get over actually being out here. You'll get used to it pretty quickly, I reckon. Can I say something kind of weird? Lucas wants to say something kind of weird. Sure. Fire away. What is it? Well, the villa is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's not that weird. Isn't it? I don't know. I normally watch the program on my phone, and because that's a small screen, I thought everything here was really small too. Well, when you put it like that, it is kind of weird. You glance across at Henrik and Lottie. He's talking enthusiastically, but she looks a little bored. Ooh. And ooh. I feel like there's one question I really want to ask. And that's how you're feeling about Rocco. Lucas, I thought everyone here was a few millimeters tall. He probably did. Bless his heart, he's a doctor. This is proof that not all doctors are smart. Lucas wants to know how I feel about Rocco. I'm not happy with him. Not great, to be honest. Well, you don't mess around. Well, we can chat a bit about the weather first if you prefer. Work our way up to the important stuff. I'm just trying to get the lay of the land, really. But I don't want to come in here and immediately start upsetting everybody. I bet I'll really like Rocco when I get to know him a bit. And everybody, really. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Everyone's really nice. Well, nearly everyone. Is that so? Interesting. He glances along at Lottie and Henrik. Lottie's talking emphatically, jabbing her finger at Henrik. He's laughing really hard at whatever she's saying. Hey, here's the other question I'd like to know an answer to. Well, I've got you to myself. When you think about the person you want to end up with, what kind of mental image do you get? How do you mean? Well, like, do you imagine them sitting on a bus, or on an aeroplane, or in bed? I thought it was said Lottie was speaking telepathically. I would not be surprised if she's tried to do that. She seems the type. That's interesting. Why do you ask? Answer it first. I'll tell you why I'm asking afterwards. Okay. When I think about the person I want to spend my life with, I picture them in my kitchen at home, in a fancy hotel, at a glamorous party, on a trek through the jungle. Honestly, at a fancy hotel, because I'm trying to live that fancy life. Fancy living, here we come. La 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 la. Interesting. So why does that matter? It's something a mate of mine said to me before I came in here. He said that you can tell if you're compatible with the person by how you picture your ideal partner. Like, let's say one person thinks about their future partner and imagines a quiet walk on the beach, but another person imagines theirs is in an Ibiza super club. Those two people probably aren't going to get along in the get along in the long term. Tell Lucas I like his shorts. Don't bully him about his shorts. I actually like his shorts too. I think they're really cool. I want them. So what do you imagine? I think I'll keep that to myself for now. We're being genuine. I'm good. I love that. Because I was being genuine too. I actually really like his shorts. I want something like that in real life. He's not gonna tell me. You tricked me. Now you know something about our compatibility that I don't know. That isn't fair. Well, I need to hang on to a little bit of mystery, don't I? Anyway, I think our time is pretty much up. As you get up to leave, Lucas walks around the table to say goodbye. Anyways, thanks a lot for coming out on this date. It's been really great. How should I say goodbye? Kiss him on the cheek. Look a little spicy. You kiss him on the cheek, his skin is smooth, his aftershave smells expensive. Well, that's the kind of guy I like. I like me an expensive guy. I actually don't care. Because I don't know. I'm too chill to be classy. I'm so laid back. You look across to see if Henrik and Lottie notice the kiss, but Henrik is reading Lottie's palm and their attention is focused on that. I love that for them. Now, I wish Lottie was set on Henrik. It wasn't trying to steal my man Gary, my Gare Bear. But no, she was like, actually, I think I will have Gary. As you're about to leave, he looks you in the eye. At the end of the day, I'm only here because I want to find the right person for me. And I know it's early days and everything, but I really feel like that might happen. Not that I'm saying it might be with you or anything. Not that it wouldn't be, nice if it happened, or... I'm just trying to say, it's not like I'm saying that. He laughs and looks at you helplessly. Wow, he really fluffed that line. It's cool, I get it, what do you mean? It's cool, I get it. I get it, boo. I stumble over my words every day. Thanks. Wow, that was embarrassing. I bet they'll put that disaster on the show and everything. They sure will. Lucas looks really embarrassed. I thought it was cute. That was incredibly painful. See, look at me, stumbling already. Yeah, bye. I'm gonna be nice. I thought it was cute. Oh, well, that's all I need to hear. Thanks for the date, princess. You're welcome. Glad you had a nice time. You arrive back at the villa. Hope and Lottie are sitting on beanbags. Hey babes, how was the date? Tell me everything. We're comparing notes. Do you guys know who else was on a date? Yeah, we've been working it out. Henrik took Princess, Priya, and me. And Lucas dated Priya, Princess, and Hope. Looks like Princess and Priya are the order of the day. Just at that moment, Priya walks back into the villa. Now, explain to me how she was on a date with them separately if we only saw Hope and Lottie. Explain that to me. Explain that. That doesn't make sense mathematically. I did the math and it's not correct. It does not add up. He's so right. Priya is too powerful. I do love that though, because if I didn't agree to go on the date with Lucas or Henrik, depending on who I had the highest compatibility with, one of them would have chosen Marisol, but since I paid the gems, they chose me and Priya, because Priya knows she's hot stuff. She's that bitch. She's that girl. Also, hi Cookie, welcome in. Look at your little emote, it's so cute. I love your emote. Hey girls. Hey, we were just saying both you and Princess have been super popular today. Oh, here you all are. Then nobody chose Marisol. She's a fucking loser. I'm joking, Marisol's not a loser. But it's kind of sad that no one chose Marisol. Hey Marisol, what have you been up to? Just sunbathing up on the roof terrace. I've had a pretty quiet day. Lottie looks around. So, well, it's just us girls. Let's talk new boys. Well, I'm all about this Henrik. He's a bit of me, no doubt. I'm not really into this whole wilderness man thing, but he's got going on. But I have to admit, I enjoyed that date a lot more than I thought I was going to. I ship Lottie and Henrik. I really feel like they would get along in real life. Like Lottie's that bitch, but then Henrik's also that bitch, you know? What do you think about him, princess? Henrik is definitely interesting. Doesn't sound like there are huge sparks there then. I'm not saying that. I'm just keeping it to myself for the time being. So, what about Lucas? He's sweet. Not really my type though, overall. Yeah, Lucas is alright, I guess. Our date was fine. I got a little bored. Now I told you, remember them on that date. Hope is a liar. Hope's a liar. She was so into Lucas. She still is. She's playing it close to her chest. She's a lying scallywag. That's not what it looked like to me. Hope was with Lucas while I was with Henrik, and it looked like she was having a great time. Shall I call her out? Do it. That's not what it looked like to us. You were laughing and chatting. It looked like you were having a great time. Well, maybe I was just being polite to Lucas. Doesn't mean there's anything to it. I bet I'm not the only girl here who's had to fake it at some time or other. That's not how it looked. Oh, keep going. I'm loving this. I don't know what your angle is here, princess. I'm not trying to spin some web of lies. She is. She's trying to spin her web of lies. I'm gonna Busch Gardens on Friday to see the circus. Ooh, have fun at the circus. I love the circus. If you see any hot clowns, let me know. If I had a good time with Lucas, I would have just said so. There's no problem with enjoying a date, even if you're coupled up with someone else. No one said that, honey. But what we're saying is, why are you lying about it? You can have a good time on a date and be coupled up with someone. But that don't mean you gotta just lie about it. Because we know. I see you. I see you, Hope. I spot you. I'm watching you. That giant banana behind Lottie. That's a pillow. It's not a banana. It's a pillow. Alright, fine. Let's move past it. You had a date with Lucas too, princess. What did you think of him? He might do. Well, I'm not here looking for a man who might do. Yeah, me neither. I know a banana when I see one. I'm telling you, I promise you, it's not a banana. I guess the real question is, are there any of them that you go with over Rocco? No, neither of them. Well, that's the same thing you were saying this morning. I guess Rocco has nothing to worry about. Just as that moment, Lucas and Henrik walk back into the villa. All right, ladies. What do we miss? Not talking about us, I hope. The girls look at each other for a moment and then burst out laughing. The circus that I'm going to has no clowns? That's so lame. Why are there no clowns at the circus? What does the circus have at the circus that you're going to? Coming up next on Love Island. It's party time as the Islanders show new boys Lucas and Henrik a good time, villa style. Don't miss it. Party time. It's time to break the new lads in proper Love Island style. Last time on Love Island, the newbies got a date, and the girls checked out their options. Well, I'm all about this Henrik. He's a bit of me, no doubt. It has roller skating and a wonder wheel at the end and a hand trick. What is a wonder wheel? I have never heard of a wonder wheel. Aren't there like acrobats at the circus? And like sometimes there's animals? The last time I went to the circus, I was like 3, and I remember that day specifically because I tried shaving my face because I don't know, I watched my dad shave when I was younger and I was curious, so I took my mom's razor that was on the sink and I shaved my face, and my chin was all bloody and my mom felt very bad. She was crying. She was crying. She was like so upset with herself that I had gone to the razor and now my face was all jacked up. My face is fine now, by the way. It's healed. There aren't any scars. But it was just like sad because then we went to the circus and I went with my mom and my cousin, who was like the same age as my mom, and I called her like aunt, but she was like, "Don't call me aunt. I'm not your aunt." I'm like, "Okay, fine. You don't have to be stanky about it." But yeah, we went to the circus that day, and I remember seeing the elephants and the acrobats. That's what I remember. I think popcorn. I think we had popcorn. But yeah, that's the story. It's a wheel which a performer goes in. Oh, is that the one where they throw knives at them? The knife trick? I always thought that was interesting. Coming up, the new lads get a proper villa welcome. The girls are contouring, glittering, flicking, hairspraying, hair drying, and highlighting over in the dressing room. Time to get this evening started. With a text. A chime interrupts the hair accessory discussion. Ooh, girls, I got a text. Bobby, gather the others. Why is Bobby here? Lottie's got a text. What's it say? Guys, please respect my personal breathing bubble. Everyone backs off a little. Thank you. Islanders, this evening you'll be throwing a welcome party for the new boys. Hashtag welcome to the villa. Hashtag get your graft on. A party for us? I can't believe it. That's what the text says. Gary, please. You newbies sure do need a proper welcome. Alright guys, give us some space so us girls can get ready for tonight. The boys pile out of the dressing room and the girls resume the makeup process. We've got to make a good first impression on the new boys. It sounded like Rocco might have been a little jealous because of the new guys. Where did Rocco even show up? He didn't say a single thing. The one performer that does the wheel goes blindfolded on the outside of the wheel. What? This isn't like a what are you talking about? But it's a what, like I am not processing that sentence. The one performer that does the wheel goes blindfolded on the outside of the wheel. Is that all they do, is they just spin on the wheel until like they puke or something? Everyone's going to be going extra tonight with Henrik and Lucas to impress. I can't disappoint. I've got to pick a fresh new outfit. I would if you let me pick a fresh, cute outfit. I hate this. I don't want it. And we're wearing this. That outfit is killing it as usual, princess. Thanks, Lottie. Let's go downstairs and get this party started. I posted a video of the show in the Discord. Okay. I will look forward to the big wheel. By the way, join my Discord. It's I'm trying to make it more fun for all of us. Over there, big community, it's small community, but I want us to be cool, comfy, fun times. So join the Discord. We have me and other things. What channel do I post it? You can post it in the post office. You can post it in the post office. That's the perfect place to post that. You and the girls disperse around the garden. What happened to the author lady? So you missed so much song. Hannah got dumped. Yep, Hannah was the first one to get dumped. The villa has been transformed. Neon lights swirl in time with the music. Now this is what I'm talking about. Ooh, there's a cocktail bar set up. I'm going to make up some drinks. She heads over to the kitchen. Rocco catches your eye. Oh, princess, the outfit is certainly pleasing on the eye. You really know your fashion do's from your fashion don'ts. Thanks, Rocco. I wonder how he feels about my date with Henrik and Lucas. So, what do you new guys do outside then? Why did he disappear? Why did he disappear from the screen? Physiotherapist. I help people regain flexibility after injuries. New outfit, Lucas. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, right. I'm a professional climber and wilderness survival instructor. I kind of hate this outfit on Henrik, I'm not gonna lie. But that's him. He's doing him. He's looking him. He's being him. You know, I've climbed a couple of high places in my time too. Mountains and stuff. Oh, cool. What's your type? Well, I like a girl who's pretty out there, likes traveling, and... No, I'm at your type of climb. I'm into highball bouldering at the moment. Now, what the fuck is that, Henrik? What the fuck is highball bouldering? Oh, yeah. Sure. I love all the boulders. Rocco has met his match. I'd climb big boulders with Henrik any day. What's highball bouldering? Rocco doesn't need to climb high to impress me. I'm gonna not flirt with either of them, and I'm gonna say, what's highball bouldering? Rocco, you want to? No, you're the new guy, you go ahead. Highball bouldering is when boulders are about 15 to 20 feet high and you climb without a rope. If you fall, you're likely to get hurt. It's pretty dangerous, but that's half the fun. Rocco looks a little shocked. I'm just going straight back into the game. It gives me such a buzz. Yeah, totally. I love that thrill. Look at Rocco. He's such a poser. He's such a poser. Bobby is looking a little shifty. He keeps looking everyone up and down. You alright, Bobby? What's got into him? Notice anything different about yourselves today? He looks at Rocco and Henrik. I switched Rocco and Henrik's underwear around. You're wearing each other's pants. Looks like he pulled his prank off. This isn't going viral anytime soon. Yeah, I agree, Princess. Bobby, don't give up the day job in search of prank fame anytime soon. It was a pants prank? We didn't fall for it. We just thought they changed our cupboards around. Obviously, we're not gonna accidentally wear some clothes that are not ours. And on that note, I'm going to find Marisol. Gary, come and find me. Don't leave. Don't leave me with Rocco. Don't leave me with Coco. Yeah, I'm gonna check on Hope. Cocktail, anyone? Oh, don't mind if I do. You make cocktails without me? I'm literally a professional. How did you end up doing that anyway, mate? It's not exactly the first thing I think of when I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life. But teaching rock climbing is... She's got a point. Priya does indeed have a point, and it is sharp. They never told us that making cocktails was an option, to be fair. I wouldn't have spent all the time getting my climbing instructor's license if I had known. Rocco laughs. Did you ever get that career advice person come around and try and tell you what you should do when you left school? Did you guys ever have a career assessment you had to take? Mine was... I don't remember mine, honestly. I've taken it quite a few times, but I do not remember mine. It's been so long since I've taken one. I think the last time I took a career assessment test was 2019? Yeah, it's 2019. Instead of rock climbing, he'd be making whiskeys on the rocks. Ooh, look at that. That's a joke. I like that joke, actually. I love your joke. I didn't laugh, but I love it. I didn't laugh because it wasn't funny. I just don't have the laughs in me today. If you've noticed, it's been a lot of laughs that haven't been here. Anyway, let me stop being awkward. Yeah, try and guess what they said for me. Model, right? Priya rolls her eyes. You're such a charmer. I think Priya's career's advice was estate agent. Yeah. Lucas turns to Rocco. Go on then, mate. What did they tell you? I didn't end up doing it, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think the whole finish school and go off to work trip was for me, to be honest. I tried it, but can you see me behind a desk somewhere? You don't get a 10 like this from sitting in an office, lads. Rocco spews a lot of bullshit, but this is true. This is so totally true. You do not have to go to school to be a successful person. Well, depending on what career you want to go into, I guess school helps. But there are plenty of other jobs out there that does not require school. You can get a certification. You can learn stuff just by like looking up information. It's so... Going to school is a ripoff, to be honest. I went to school, kind of. I dropped out. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say on that for right now. Hopefully, Rocco will think twice before challenging Henrik, the qualified climbing guy, because it's time to get this party started. And Rocco doesn't strike me as a wallflower. Who should I chat with first? We're going to... Who's over here? Nobody's over here. We're gonna go to the bar first. Should I go to the bar first? Who should we talk to first? Lune, you're here! Stretch and a hydrate and the candy jewel tax. Okay. Thank you for the candy jewel tax. I appreciate it. The candy jewel tax does nothing. It just, you know, makes me notice you more. I love you a little more than I already did now. Thank you for the candy jewel tax. How am I? I'm not doing the best, but you know, I'm trying. I'm trying to be out here, you know. Okay, I hydrated, and now I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna get up this time. My back's killing me, like always. That was me stretching. Ibrahim hasn't said anything for like 3 episodes at least. I thought he might have been booted with the author lady. So, how the recouplings work, you cannot be single in a recoupling. That's how it works for right now. Some things happen later in the game that changes stuff. Sometimes it's like you can get voted off by being like the couple that the public don't like. So it just depends on like where we are in the game. I love seeing you guys interacting. Yeah, this is where Song has been. They've been keeping me busy with all their attention. Okay. I did the stretches, I did the hydration. Axe here! Hello, Axe, welcome in! All the friends and homies are here today. What kind of muffins did you bring? They better not be ground muffins, or I'm suing. I think we'll go here first, since we haven't heard from Ibrahim in a while. No, I'm not eating muffins off the ground, okay? Or the floor. I only eat muffins that have been packaged properly and have not fallen on any surfaces. Floor food is your favorite? No! Stop this insanity! Ibrahim hands Lottie a glass of purple mix with something red floating in it. I might not be the target audience for this gimmicky cocktails, but doesn't that look like something you should put... That doesn't look like something you should put in your mouth. Act likes the spice of the floor food. I can't with this tomfoolery. Ibrahim, What is this? Violet Man. It's named after his favorite superhero. And why is there a tomato slice in it? Ibrahim put a slice of tomato in Lottie's cocktail. It's his shield, Lottie. Yeah, that's what I was going for. It's proper cute. Ibrahim blushes at Priya. We want to welcome the new boys, not scare them off. Just try it. She dips her pinky in the drink and licks it tentatively. Yeah. That's... Wait. Has that got cayenne pepper and tequila in it? And a little Tabasco sauce. It's good, right? Surprisingly, yes. I'll have one of those. I got excited over floor food and forgot to say hi to everyone. That's okay. We understand that you're out here being wild. We understand your excitement for everything grody. I stand corrected. You alright, Gary? It's all feels a little different tonight. Did I skip something? I feel like I skipped something. The dynamics have changed. You're just worried that they're bringing the boys some competition. Nah, it's not them I'm worried about, to be honest. Me and Marisol aren't really seeing eye to eye. Gary and Marisol really aren't getting on. Maybe you should look elsewhere. You're cute together. Liven up, Gary. Maybe you should be looking elsewhere, Gary. Like at me. He leans in towards you, turning out of earshot from the others. But who should I go for? Me. That sounded weird. Why did I say it like that? Wow. Gary turns red. Loving this cheeky side of you, princess. Am I missing something? No. Okay. I think my chat on my phone is just behind a little. Give us a glass of that stuff, Ibrahim. You're a brave man taking on the Violet Man. Oh my gosh. Gary can't handle spice. And I forgot that he can't handle spice. I love that for him. He's so funny. I'm sure I can handle a little heat. Ibrahim hands Gary his glass. He takes an overconfident sip. Oh, damn. Oh, ouch. Oh, whoa. That's hot. He sputters and coughs. I didn't think it was too bad. His face turns red. Are you all right, Gary? Where did I leave my water bottle? He shuffles away from the group. I'm with you, Gary. That stuff looked nasty. Looks like things are getting hot in here, though. Lottie comes over to you and leans against the counter. Oh boy, oh dang, jeez. Whew, whew. Poor Gary. Gary is so silly. I love him. I mean, I'm not making fun of him because there are people who, like, just cannot handle heat. They have intolerances. So I'm not ever gonna shame someone for, like, not being able to handle certain things. But I just think it was really funny because, like, sir, calm down. You were so confident about it. And then you were just like, yeah, I can't. No, thank you. Listen, princess. The new guys and the party vibe has got me thinking about our options. Do you think me and Gary would make a cute couple? I can't think of anything worse. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let you hoe around with my man. What? Don't you think I'm good enough? Babe, it's not about you being good enough. It's about you wanting my man. Unbelievable. I'm just a bit worried, you know? Also, didn't you hate Gary? Don't you hate Gary for what he did to Hannah? Because of Hannah, what about Rocco? Yeah, what about Rocco? Girl code is important to me, princess. Ibrahim, can I get one of those Violet men to go, please? And also a glass of milk. Milk? It's for Gary. Milk is good for settling down spice. He hands her 2 glasses. She takes a large gulp of the Violet Man. It really isn't that hot. I'll go and make sure he's okay. Everybody's got these wigglies. You know who's making wigglies? Peach. Peach is making wigglies, and I want a wiggly from her. But I can't get one yet. I want one, but I can't get one yet. What drink would you like, princess? How is y'all? Look at them. Why are you guys mocking me in the chat with your wigglies? Everyone put wigglies in the chat now. Drop your wigglies. I want to see them all. What do you want to drink? Have some peach too. Look at all these wigglies. Ooh, I love them. They're so cute. One day I shall have a wiggly and I can join you guys in wiggling. What do I want to drink? Non-alcoholic raspberry mojito. I hate mojitos. I had a mojito and I hated it. Ibrahim's Violent Man Special. I'm not really a spice kind of person. And isn't tequila already like kind of spicy by itself? Love Island iced tea. I don't like tea either. Why can't I ever get a simple margarita? I just want a margarita. I'll get a non-alcoholic raspberry mojito. Sneaky Hands grabs a peach. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. I love you guys. You guys are so cool. Coming right up. Ibrahim tries to flip the shaker in the air and splatters up the ceiling. You're a slut for saying green. I think we have a whole bunch of wine because my mom was in a wine club. And there's like a whole bunch of rosés. And I think we have sangria here also. But the rosés were so gross. I hate rosé. This whole sentence is a vine. I'm not allowed to drink anymore though, because I'm back on the treatment. And it's illegal to drink when you're taking that treatment. It's not illegal, but like it's illegal. Ibrahim! Oops. He garnishes what he can salvage of your drink with a raspberry cut into the shape of a heart. 1 non-alcoholic raspberry mojito. I didn't get a heart. Drink in hand, you head out of the kitchen. We're gonna go to the boy. Oh, see, they gave Noah facial hair that he's not supposed to have until like later in the game. Drink in hand, you walk over to the group by the table. You're filthy, Gary. To be fair, I was thinking it was the same thing. You said something white and sticky, Noah. Gary has a half full glass of milk in front of him. He keeps shuffling in his seat, and his eyes still look a little bloodshot. You could have said milk, but no, you had to say that? What part? Like, no. Why are you drinking milk at a party anyway? Look at him, drinking his milk. I love this. Don't ask. What are you guys doing? I'm trying to play an innocent game of guess the word, and Gary is making it gross. I just didn't know you had it in you, Noah. You notice Henrik and Lucas are standing around looking left out of the group. This is their welcome party. Invite the new guys over. Lucas, Henrik, come in. Come on. They both smile at you, happy for the invitation. You two can help us out. We're trying to read each other's minds. They settle down beside you. Gary shuffles along, agitated. Got any clues so far, or are we just guessing your entire family backstory? Obviously not. You've got to guess what word he's thinking of. Noah is thinking of something that is sticky and wet and white. He suppresses a laugh. Oh my word. The last clue is that you can have it on a sandwich. Remind me never to have a sandwich from you, Noah. Gary, you're so fucking wild. I know what Gary probably thinks it is, but is it mayo? Noah looks surprised. You got it. I knew I liked Noah. Noah is He's mostly wholesome, but he's kind of shit later. You got it. Who has just mayo on a sandwich? Nasty people, Gary. Nasty, nasty girls. Free-range egg, sourdough, homemade mayo. Who doesn't? Not me. Because I like a mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is not good. Whatever, but you can't guess mine. They come in all colors, shapes, and sizes. Right? They can get bigger when they're erected. Oh wow, they help build civilizations. I bet they do. And if one was to go limp, it would be devastating. What word could Gary be thinking of? He's thinking of a crane, but man's is wild for this. Man's is wild for describing it like that. Spot on, princess. Gary looks a little deflated. They can get taller when they're stacked, they construct buildings, and I'm assuming if one was to fall down, it would be pretty destructive. Yeah, that's right. Good guess, I guess. Why did you make a crane dirty? Well, I like cranes. Oh, I bet you do. Not Gary being one of those people who's attracted to cranes. Not him trying to marry the Eiffel Tower. Come off it. Not like that. He gets so excited over cranes. He loves his job. Gary's a man that loves what he does. I know what will test you. Do you new boys want some Violet Man? Gary gets up and marches toward the kitchen. Did he say Violent Man? Are we still playing the word game? No, it's Violet Man. It's the name of Ibrahim's cocktail. Ah, of course. He comes back with 2 glasses of Violet Man. This game is so funny sometimes because, like, it's outrageous. It's the characters. Let's see how you handle that. Is this an initiation or something? Lucas and Henrik take a sip. Oh, that tastes like sangria. What is sangria? Yeah, this is good stuff. Thanks, Gary. You don't think it's too spicy? No. Damn it. Gary glugs down his milk. I'm impressed. He walks off with a milk mustache. I can't. I'm just like remembering these scenes because they're so fucking funny. Like, why is he like this? Those are my boys. They're your boys. They're your boys. Princess was drinking it fine. I mean, I wasn't drinking it at all. Gary is in his silly era. Gary's absolutely always silly. He's so silly. He's so unserious most of the time. It's not that spicy at all. Just a little kick. Yeah, he really doesn't do spice. Guess we've got a lot to learn about everyone in the villa. The way I was just mumbling. Speak clearly, please. I'm sure everyone's just a little tense. Us new guys have come in and disrupted the balance. You heard my lisp come out just there. My mouth whistle. Ignore it. Yeah, it must be a bit weird for you guys. Maybe they'll come around soon. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's get our party on. Hope and Noah rush off to the dance floor. Henrik? Mind giving me and Princess a second? I want to have a quick chat. Just us two. Lucas wants to talk to me alone. Oh, right. Sure. He walks off towards the villa. Let's go up to the roof terrace for a chat, Princess. Does the face look weird to you? I feel like the face looks weird to me. Like, Princess's face. The other islanders are dancing on the lawn below you. Sorry to get you away from the party. You're not sorry, Lucas. I know you're not sorry, because if you were sorry, you wouldn't have brought me up here. I wanted to say thank you for making me feel so welcome. I don't want to be I don't want to be stepping on anyone's toes, though. But it means a lot, so thank you. Which I've now said too many times, and now it sounds weird. What am I like? Lucas, you can try it on with me all you like. The date didn't mean anything. I was being nice. You can try it on with me all you like. Well, that's good to know. For the future. But right now, you're with Rocco. I don't want my first move in the villa to be a snaky one. Babes, I've been snaking this whole villa. One thing about me, I'm slithering in the grass. It's weird coming in here when everyone's already coupled up. Princess. Rocco's aimlessly dancing around the garden. Where are you guys? Right on cue. Rocky, I swear to God. Listen, it's okay. It's okay, song. I'll go and find the other newbie. Make sure he's not standing in a corner staring into his drink. He walks off, then stops and turns around. Hey, Princess. Yes, Brad? You know when we were having that chat earlier about what we did after we finished school? Did Rocco seem a bit off to you? What is this emote? I need to get close to my laptop. Okay. What I thought that was like some man with a red hat spitting. But it is you spraying a water bottle at Rocco. I thought you were spitting on him. I was gonna be like, oh. Both options work? Okay. Okay. Like, maybe he didn't want to talk about it. Is Rocco avoiding talking about something? Maybe a little? It wasn't much, but he did seem a bit off with you guys. Spitting is okay too. I mean, what? My gosh. Hi, Minx Milk! Oh my god, I can't believe you're here! Welcome in! How am I? I'm fine. Just a quick thing. I go by Princess. I don't really go by Blue. Yeah, we're playing Love Island. We're playing season 2 of Love Island. We're not playing season 1, we're not playing season 3, and we're not calling it Love Villa like it's supposed to be called. Because this is the original Love Island app, and so I will be playing the original Love Island app. The new Love Island app can eat my ass. And that's all I gotta say about that. Derogatory. Marisol said the other day that he actually went to a really good uni, but he dropped out. That might be it. I did feel like he was a bit evasive. You got a text? Wait, no, you're joking. I'm like, what? You got a text? Read it out. But no, this is, you're joking about Love Island. Yes. No, but yes. Do you think we should try and talk to him about it? Should we try and talk to Rocco? As long as you're supportive. Don't just do that lad thing where you all make jokes. Sometimes we do that because we know it helps. I hate the way they spell cuz. Try and listen too, though. Eat a rancid ass. I can't. I love this. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Marisol and Rocco. Watch this. This is suspicious. This is suspicious behavior. You can't trust nobody in this villa. You are the blueprint. You are the blueprint. You are the OG, the original. While the Islanders are quizzing the new guys, Rocco and Marisol are getting some alone time by the pool. You wander over to the pool. Hey. Oh, look, it's Princess. They move away from each other a little as you approach. Why'd they move away from each other a little if they weren't doing anything suspicious? Think about that. Think about that. You can't trust any hoes here. Hey, you guys. What's going on? Oh, nothing. Just saying to Marisol that it's cool to be having a proper party. Yeah, it's great. I love parties. They look a little uneasy. Are you both okay? Totally. It's just a bit busy. I thought it would be nice to stand back from the crowd a little. That's the best thing about big parties. There's more of a chance to get cozy with someone. You know, I never thought about it like that. I want to get hot with someone? No, let's tone it down a little, princess. Parties are not my thing. Parties are not my thing. I don't go to parties. I've never been to like a party. I kind of want to go just to experience it, but I'd probably leave in like the first 5 minutes because I would just be overwhelmed. I'm with you, princess. Organized fun is always the opposite. What about holidays? I try to not go anywhere where there are people. Same. That's usually the goal. So I went to the Mystic store near Gill, and there was no one in the store. But we were there for like 5 minutes, and then everyone and their mom started showing up to this small little store. I guess I just attract people, you know? Oh no, babe, that's different. I love to travel. But it's nice to relax without any worry or stress for once. But it is nice to relax with no challenges or anything to worry about. Easy for you to say. The boys have got 2 new guys to compete with. Oh, of course. You've got nothing to worry about though, Rocco. Gary's been so tense about it. Yeah, I bet Rocco is probably freaking out as well. How are you and Gary, Marisol? Not great. And that's because Gary loves me. She pauses a moment, and her and Rocco lock eyes. Look at them, sneaky. But let's not ruin the party for Princess with my worries. We'll talk about it later. Oh yeah, for sure. Marisol, do you mind if me and Princess have a minute? Oh, sure, of course. She slowly walks over to the party, looking a little apprehensive, because she didn't want to get up. She didn't want to stop snaking my man. Rocco puts 2 beanbags next to each other, and you both sink down into them. So, Princess, don't get me wrong. I know I can be a little over the top and stuff, but how do you feel about the new guys? I overheard Marisol saying to Gary that one of the girls said you'd be up for it with either of the new guys. She's a fucking liar, 'cause I never said that. I never said that for a second. At least not to their faces. If you feel that way, that's okay. I'd rather you tell me. Rocco's curious about my feelings for the new guys. I'm not interested in them, babe. I gotta let him believe that he has nothing to worry about. Oh, really? Nah, they're not my type. Rocco's smile of relief could go on for miles. No competition there, then. I know we haven't been together for long. Rocco touches your shoulder. Don't touch me. You're so beautiful. I'm really glad that we're together. You're the kind of out there girl that I always go for. There's never a dull moment with you. And I love your fashion sense. You look stunning in anything you wear. He looks into your eyes. I don't know if this is forever or just a summer romance, but I came here to have a good time, and that's what we're doing. Why don't we sneak off for a little? Just the 2 of us. 17 fucking gyms to spend time with Rocco? No. I said I wanted to do all the gym choices, but I don't give a fuck about Rocco. Look at how many gyms I have right now. I literally spent $5 on this game that I really do not have. And what do? Try to mess with me. Trying to mess my stuff up. Yeah, 17 gyms. Like, this gym choice used to be like 10 at the very least. Not the very least, at the very most. It used to be 10. But now it's 17. Spend time with Rocky or just realistically go back to the crowd. Yeah. Yeah. Rocco is trash. He is trash. So we're gonna save our gems for something important. 17 gems to smash. Exactly. I bet the party will still be going on. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm going back to the others. Someone's been grafting hard. You tried to everyone. Time to see what happens next. Did you watch the first season of Love Island, the British one? I did watch the first season of Love Island, and it was totally unfair that the one black lady got voted off early because she was so pretty. She deserved better. I hope she's living her best life. The Islanders are out in the garden dancing. But I haven't watched Love Island in like forever. I think the last time I watched Love Island, it was 2020. And I made Gil watch it with me. We were watching the Australian one. So I mean, like, I have not seen the UK version since like 2019. If you can call it that. Not gonna lie, that's why I couldn't continue watching Love Island before the US version came, because how bad they treated the black people in the show. They do. They treat, like, if you're a mom or you are a black woman, or you're a black woman, you get no respect. Get no respect. The US version is better about that. The Australian one, complete trash. You will not see a single person of color there. You will not see any, are they called Aboriginals over there? I'm gonna allow this. I think they're called Aboriginals over there. They're all white, but some of them are really tan, so you're like, they could be. But no, it's not a single black person, not a single Asian person, not a single Native person. They're all white. But the drama on the Australian one is kind of fire. That's the only reason why I watch it. Rocky, let's sneak away together and make things a little his lips rocky. No. They always had the token black couple. Yeah. Also, remember when those two horny fucks fucked in front of everyone? I don't remember that. I might have like stopped watching as soon as the black lady got voted off. The last one that I remember watching, because I watched the US version of Love Island, the one where Homegirl won. I don't remember her name, but she Homegirl. And then I watched the UK one with, I think her name was like Gemma or something. And she got dumped for that guy. And it was, I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain it well because I don't remember anybody's name. But that was a good season. My wifey was obsessed with the US Love Island. Tell her to watch the UK one. The UK one's better. Something about the American Love Island is just not, it's not on and poppin'. The only good thing about the US version is that they have black people, and that's it. That's it. They have black people on the UK version, but the black women in the UK version just get treated like trash. I call this one the Bombay Glacie. Is it Glacier? It's whatever. I hope you're enjoying the stream. That's my Streamlabs. Okay, I was like, that was a new little chat. Teach me that move, Bobby. Princess, come dance with me. Lottie spins you around. You look great. Thanks. You look groovy. Groovy? I don't think I have ever used that word in my life. Teach me how to Dougie. Do you know how to Dougie? Me, I don't know how to Dougie. I tried to learn from my friend, and I can't dance. I can't dance well on purpose. I don't think I've ever used that word in my life. But thanks, girl. You're welcome. Mind if I have a quick dance with Princess Lottie? Don't ask me, ask Rocco. Yeah, I don't know. I have not learned. I don't know how to Dougie. I don't know how to do the jerk. I can barely do the Soldier Boy. You in the club? Same. I do my little finger wags, and I may twerk here or there. But that's about as much as you're gonna get from me as far as dancing. Ask me what? Never mind, Gary. Let's see those moves. Lucas and Gary start dancing together. Ooh. Okay. Rocco joins in, shimmying. Girl, you better stop. You guys go to the club? I don't go to the club. I went to the club one time, and it was with my mom, and I hated it. There was too many people. Yeah, there's just too many people. I get anxiety. I used to not be able to walk into grocery stores, but now I'm fine. I go grocery shopping by myself. But it was like a big thing. Like, I had really bad social anxiety. I know how to dance-ish planned movements, but me have 2 left feet somehow. Same, I also have 2 left feet. Why are you dissociating in the club? Oh, I don't go to the club. Oh, I'm too shy. See? Same. I always wanted to go, though, because, like, people talk about their club stories, and it sounds so fun. But then I remember, I'm a boring bitch. I don't like doing anything. That was a lot of fun. I'm exhausted. It's not worth it. You're probably right. It's not worth it. What to wear to bed? What am I gonna wear to bed? There's nothing. So I'm gonna wear this. You're welcome for that noise also. I suppose this is alright. Looks like Henrik and Lucas are giving the other boys a run for their money. Note to self, up my cocktail game. I can't be the only bloke in Mallorca. Why did I read it like that? Mallorca, who doesn't have his own signature cocktail. Princess Grudge. Now what if? Let me think. If I took a pineapple shandy and I drink it in the shed, pineapple sheddy, anyone? Or what about a Love Island iced tea? Or a Priya colada? Anybody? No? Just me? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm totally alone. Next time on Love Island, the Islanders get stuck into some action. Sounds like we're gonna be doing some kissing. As for me, I really want to try this Violet Man. I'll just scrape some off the ceiling. So in the special episodes, let me go. In the special episodes. So in the wedding, which is a special episode, I think you can run away with Lottie. There is a scene in the regular season that you can do, but I think you need to be on a Gary route to unlock it. And I think you need to be on a Gary route to unlock it. Either that or another person's route. And then there's Chelsea's murder mystery. I think you can get with Priya in Chelsea's murder mystery. No sapphics allowed. Well, I mean, you can be on Marisol's route. But like, she and another character that comes in later in the game are the only 2 options, and the only way you can date the other character is you're already on a Marisol route. I mean, that's what they did. They did that because I think Fusebox are also the makers of the Netflix game that I played, Too Hot to Handle. And you can date anyone in that game, basically. Run away before or after Lottie changes. The wedding is after the season's done, so after she changes. But she doesn't change that much. I really don't see that much of a difference. Like, she changes, but it's not that big of a change. Damn, this page, graphics design is my passion. I know you could do better. Lune. Toxic AF. I need you to seek help. Okay, but yeah, we're ending the episode here. Thank you all for joining me for stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who's chatted, who showed up, who's left. I appreciate you whether or not you stayed. I hope you have a nice day, a nice week, a nice month, a nice year, and a nice life. Bye!